Sup everyone, this is Draco Evolve here. This is the official match preview, my match preview of AZ Alkmaar versus Manchester United in the Group L of Europa League, the L group. What fitting. So today I'll be going through the squad that's been travelling out, my predicted lineup, any sort of Manchester United press conference news ahead of the build-up, some stats between these both clubs as a team and an individual, and my predicted scoreline. So straight off the bat, not sure if you can see it, but I'm reading off the screen, you can see it on the lineup. Let me get that out of the way. I think we are going to play this lineup. You can see 4-3-3. I think De Gea in goal with Lindelof and Maguire and Young on the left side, and Tuanzebe, who's been impressive up until the goal that he let go against Arsenal. I think he's going to be giving another chance, although Diego Dalot has travelled. And I think with the midfield of three, I think it will be a solid midfield if we play with three. And I think Oli should try a midfield of three. Matic sitting in. I don't think anyone else will play Fred and McTominay. Now I'll tell you guys why my decision around these players that I've picked based on the info that we've got. Up front, I think Rashford will start with James on the right and Mata coming in, drifting in from the left. Now this is a formation I think that is fluid in my opinion, where Fred can go behind Rashford, Matt can go to the right, James can go to the left. We can play with the 4-2-3-1 as Oli would like. Got Matic and McTominay who can sit. McTominay has been immense against Arsenal. And United included 10 academy players. I'll go through that, by the way. So Pogba, Bissaka, Shaw, Martial and Jones are out. They have been confirmed by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and they have not travelled with the squad. Brandon Williams, the academy player, and James Garner have been included. A bit around AZ Alkmaar, they are third in the league, the Dutch team, and won 3 of the last 5 games, scoring 12 goals and conceding 5. So you can see that they are an attacking team. They are at home, which makes it even more tasty. So if we go back to United's travelling squad, the travelling squad, I'm going to go through it, is De Gea, Romero, Lee Grant, the 3 keepers, Diego Dalot, Lindelof, Maguire, Tuanzebe, Rojo, Brandon Williams, Scott McTominay, Matic, Fred, James Garner, Pereira, Mata, Lingard, Gomez, James, Chong, Greenwood and Rashford. So you can see there are a lot of youth players, especially Tuanzebe, James Garner and Brandon Williams being included. We all know about we all know about Angel Gomez and Mason Greenwood. They've already, and Tai Chong, they've already been part of the first team squad. It'll be nice to see a few of them start. I know we don't have the best of squads right now in terms of depth, but Oli keeps talking about this youth, you know, the trust of the youth. Give them starts. It's as simple as that. Give them a start. Why not? Pogba's out injured. It requires more rest and further testing. We're very light. Are we going to go back to Mata and the likes of Mata and Matic, Lingard, who have failed us time and time again? Is he going to start Rashford, who clearly has been rushed back from his injury and had a disastrous campaign so far? Or are we going to stick with the Mason Greenwood, who's been our best finisher according to Oli at the club, who's scored 2 in 2 in his last 2 starts, I believe, especially in the Europa League, where his goal is the one that won us the game against the mighty Astana at home. Will Oli make that decision? I don't know. I don't believe he will. I think he's scared. I think he's scared to get a bit of a backlash from the fans. So he's playing with an experienced players who are experienced at the game, who are developed beyond the game, but constantly let us down in the past, and most of them are still here, apart from Lukaku and Sanchez who's left. But most of these players who's let us down as United fans and the club are still here and are still starting. Is he gonna go for Jesse Lingard, who's had a disastrous campaign? You know, he hasn't registered an assist or a goal so far in 2019, I believe. Is he gonna go with them? I'll be very surprised, and I'll be very disappointed if Oli ends up giving these guys, who are washed up guys, chances ahead of these youngsters who's absolutely smashing it in the youth level, who's got a desire, who's hungry, who wants to prove themselves. And to be honest with you, AZ Alkmaar is not the best of teams that we can play, but a Dutch team where they are third behind Ajax and Eindhoven is to be respected. They have scored quite a lot of goals in the last 5 games, certainly more than us. They are at home, and I believe they will be a huge threat. They have clearly done the scouting, I am sure, as all Dutch teams are good at. They are very insightful, and they are youth, their energy, and I reckon they will come at us. And it's a matter of fact that's the reason why I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is going to go for experience in the likes of Matic being there. Obviously there's 2 centre backs, and the likes of Mata being there. So that's the travelling squad. That's my predicted lineup. As you guys know, I did say in the last 6 games, AZ Alkmaar has won 4 of the 6 games. We have won 2 of our 6 games. We scored 5 goals, and they've scored more than 10 goals, double us. We have conceded almost as much as them as well. Us conceding 4, they're conceding 5 in the last 6 games. It doesn't look very good for us given the current form that we are in. I don't believe we will win the game. You know, as much as I would like to see us win, I think my predicted scoreline will be we will draw the game. I think it's going to be a 1-1 draw. I don't think we'll be dominant, especially if we're you know, Pogba's out, Martial's out. You know, Pogba is, let's face it, yes, he wants to leave, but he's our best player by far. Even his worst days are better than most of our players. If McTominay puts in a shift like he did against Arsenal, it'll be fantastic for us, but he's not technically gifted as Pogba. He's more of a grafter, he's more of a hard worker, and that's where I feel we'll miss the creativity of Pogba. Andres Pereira, I don't believe he's a right winger. I don't know why Ole is insistent of playing him on the right side. His best plays are him cutting in the middle, and yes, he works hard, he works his socks off, but he's not a right winger, isn't he? You know, Daniel James is the only other guy who's in our squad right now who's driving at the defense constantly. As soon as he gets the ball, he looks down and just runs at defense. Can Andres Pereira do that on the right? I don't believe so, and I do believe that with Andres Pereira playing a lot of games recently, I think Ole is going to go for the experience of Mata trying to unlock the defense. You know, Rashford has been awful. I don't believe Rashford will do any good in this game. I mean, I would love to see him score, but it'll be a criminal for me personally that he will start ahead of Mason Greenwood. You know, what does this kid have to do? Same with Fred. I mean, Fred should be starting. He's been one of our decent players last few games, and I think Pogba's injury will mean that Fred goes up the pecking order. But let me know your thoughts on the squad, guys. Let me know your thoughts on the prediction that I've made. Let me know your thoughts on the lineup that I'll have. Let me know your thoughts on the formation that I think United will play. The reason why I went for 3 in the midfield is it gives us an added sort of defensive structure. AZ Alkmaar has scored a lot of goals. They'll be coming at us. They are at home. The crowd will be behind them. This is a Europa League match. And this is our level now, guys. You know, we have to sit down and admit it. You know, let's take it in, take the L. We're not Champions League standard at all. Far from it. Far from it. In this current state, Europa League is probably our best bet in terms of going into the Champions League if we win it. I mean, at Mourinho's time, we had a squad. We had an experienced manager who knew what he was doing. We had Zlatan, who were leaders in the club. Right now, those are not there. Ole is not experienced. We have no leaders, no Zlatan, the extra added goals. We still have the likes of Jesse Lingard, who, I don't know what he does. You know, is he a number 10? You know, I see him more as a nobody. He always is running away from the ball most of the time. When he plays number 10, my definition for number 10 is the hook. The link between the attackers and the midfielder, who's always looking to get on the ball, who's looking to turn, who's got the passing ability, who's got the drive, that's my coach, who's got the drive, who's got the vision. Does Jesse Lingard have that? Does he have the drive? No. Does he have passing range? No. Does he have technique? No. Is he a number 10? Is he a link? No. I think that's the problem we have at number 10, and we needed that creativity. You look at Bruno Fernandes this season; he's been smashing in goals left, right, centre, and apparently he's not good enough. He takes too many risks and chances, mate. We needed a player like that. You know, you look at the likes of Pogba, who's injured, Martial, who's injured. You know, these are big players for us. One, Bissaka has gone off injured with a tonsillitis. Thankfully, it's just a tonsillitis, not a physical injury in terms of his hamstring or whatever. But you look at these sort of players, and I've said it from the get-go, and I'm sure most of you guys have said the same thing, and nearly all United fans have said the same thing, is our squad is so thin, and one injury can ruin, in any position, one injury can ruin a lot of things. We've got more than one injury now, and big injuries at the moment. We got Pogba who's not playing, who's out. We got Martial, we got Rashford not even fit. And then we got one Bissaka right now. We're one more injury away from our starting 11 turning into a disaster. I mean, the youth needs to be given a chance. You look at Tuanzebe, the last 2 games he started, he captained in Rochdale. He's had a very good game against Arsenal. What does he need to do? I think he's really knocking on Lindelof's door. I think Lindelof has fallen from grace a little bit this season. He's had a lot of mistakes in him, which is so different to compare to how he ended the season, where he was one of our better players. You look at Ashley Young, who can't cross, and he's going to be starting, obviously. You look at Matic, who takes too many touches, but given our injury, who else is there? Is James Garner ready for the first team? I don't think he's ready for it. He's barely been named on the bench. At least the likes of Angel Gomez, Tai Chong, etc. have been named on the bench. So at least you can say, okay, they've had experience in the first team involvement. They've travelled with the squad. They've been in team talks. They've been in the stadium. You know, that sort of thing. But James Garner, Brandon Williams have been included. I haven't seen Brandon Williams play, but he's a left back, I believe. Don't think he'll start, but I think he's just more of a cover. In case something goes wrong. You never know with the way Oli is at the moment. You never know. And let's just put it this way, I am not Oli out yet. I believe he should be given a chance, but I believe he should be honest as well. I believe that he cannot continuously come out and say the youths are there, they're ready to start, but they're not starting at all. And he's still playing players that have let us down week in, week out for the past couple of years. These players are still in the club, and the youths are included but never played, or they're included and they come on for the last 10 minutes or 5 minutes in a big game, you know, trying to get a win or something. You know, how is that for development? So in a perfect scenario for me, the lineup should be more youth. But I don't think that will be the case with Oli. I think it's going to be most of them will be named on the bench, and he's going to go for an experienced lineup in the screen that you see. But anyways, guys, that's the match preview of AZ Alkmaar versus Manchester United, and news around United squad, what Oli had to say. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know what's your prediction for the group. I mean, we have won. We are top with 3 points, with the rest of the club being 1 point each, and a 0 point for the losing team, which is Astana. So we could be in a driving seat with a win. You never know. But given the circumstances we are in, we are playing away. Given the fact that our away form is better than our home form, but given our current state of affairs, the play style, the confusion, the injuries, I don't believe we'll get a win. I believe a draw is our best hope. I hope I'm wrong. Tomorrow after the match, I will be coming back live and talking about the match review, so do join me for that. But aside from that, I'll catch you guys in the next upload, and stay farafari.